guys, it's Zach and welcome back to your Whiteboard Monday. And I got some cool information for you here today. I'm just doing my thing here in the warehouse and making some deals happen. Well, first off, where have you been, right? Well, we just kind of slowed down on them a little bit because we were getting feedback from you guys that you're getting emailed too many times. So we stopped. But I still got some important information. I hope you've enjoyed everything that we have shared with you. I know a lot of you are registered for our upcoming event in Phoenix, Arizona next month, September. So that's exciting. I recommend that you stop by and go to advancedquickcashbootcamp.com to check that out. But I really want to talk to you about a case study. Why you see I've got up here, no cash buyers needed, okay? And that's true. You don't need cash buyers in this example. And people say, well, what are you talking about, Zach? And we're, as a wholesaler, we always need cash buyers. Well, that's the misconception, because that's what everyone's taught you for the last 10, 20, 30 years, is that to do a wholesale deal, you got to have a cash buyer in place. And so I'm really here to tell you about one of the strategies that we called wholesaling to a financed buyer. We call it wholesaling to a financed buyer. Now, why does that make a difference, or why should it not? Well, let's think about this. Most wholesalers that you're competing with in your market right now are chasing cash buyers. So they have to get houses at 50, 60 cents on the dollar and then find a cash buyer to bring that deal to, get paid an assignment fee, kind of like this right here. Just had to show that. I just did a $5,000 assignment fee. But that is from a cash buyer. See, they pay you cash for a deal. You put it in your pocket and you move on to the next deal, right? That's where it just came from. But on the other side, there's a whole nother world of buyers out there, which are financed buyers. A lot of them are landlords, and they have credit and they have relationships with banks that they put 20% down on the property and they go get a loan. They leverage their money to get a higher yield of return. So why finance buyers? Well, look, they pay more. They pay more, first off. The second reason is they're leveraging their money. Okay? So what does that mean? That means they get a higher ROI. They get a higher ROI on their deals, okay? That's the beauty of this, is the higher ROI. That's what they're going after, okay? And so we want to tap into that market. We want to be the go-to deal finder for them. Well, the challenge is most wholesalers don't know how to work with a finance buyer, right? Well, think about it. There's some missing links here that we're not talking about. For someone to get financing on a property from a seller, the lender will not loan them money unless that buyer has a direct contract with that seller on that property. Then the lender will loan money on that deal. Well, if you're a wholesaler, you don't want to release your contract because you're not sure how you're going to get paid, right? Well, that's where we come in. You see, we can make this deal happen from a finance buyer to a seller by simply using one form that we've created called a DOF. A DOF form. That's what you want to know about. See, this DOF form is by far the saving grace to my business. Years and years and years ago, I was out in California when markets shifted, cash buyers kind of dried up, they didn't know what was going on, but these finance buyers were still out there. So I went and met with the attorneys for what's called First American Title Company, and I had their attorneys draw this document up so that I could get paid on a deal by stepping out of the way. You like that, right? So I could get paid by simply going and finding and marketing to these finance buyers, which we know where they all are. We can find them at any time, and say, hey, look, I've got this deal. If you like it, sign my DOF, and I'll put you in a direct contract with a seller, and I step out of the way. Why use a DOF? Think about this. Well, here's the number one reason. No competition. No competition is doing this. You're the only one that will be doing this. What's another reason? You get higher assignment fees. You get a higher assignment fee. That's the beauty of this. Listen, I could go wholesale a deal all day long and I could get a buyer to hand me $5,000, $10,000 in cash, you know, say $50 bills, $100 bills, hand them to me, 5, 10 grand. I could move on, right? But if I wanted, say, a $40,000 assignment fee, that buyer's going to balk at that. He's going to say, whoa, wait a minute, you're making too much money. But what if I could show you a way that you can actually take your assignment fee and you can wrap it up into the financing of your buyer so that your buyer's not paying you, but you're actually getting paid out of the financing they're getting, and you're able to leverage that. Would that excite you? Give me 1 second. Well, here's a case study. I want to show this to you. This is a $40,000 fee I got on a deal just like this. A finance fee, basically a financed buyer came in to buy a house. We submitted a DOF, which they put on HUD. I don't know if you guys can read this or not, but it says Payee Landmark Property Investments. That's how it shows up. So what does that mean? At the end of the day, that means I get to come out of the closing, you guys see that, with a $40,000 check. Boom! Right there. Now how is that done? That's simply done by targeting buyers that no one else targets, using a proprietary form called a DOF, marketing to buyers who are leveraging their money, who want a higher return, who pay more for the property, and you have no competition, and you get higher assignment fees. Now let me ask you a question. If you know all that, why aren't you doing it? Well, it's simple, right? You haven't learned how to do it yet. Well, here's what I want you to do. I teach this strategy at all my live events. I go over the DOF form. I go over everything that's involved. Now I'm going to ask you a question. If you could come spend 4 days with me and learn how to make a $40,000 check the following week when you get out, would that 4 days be worth you coming? Let me think about that, right? Of course it would be. Of course. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? It's a process that no one else is teaching, and I got proof right here. You see it right there. Landmark Property Investments, $40,000. I mean, that's the escrow. I mean, I don't know how much more proof I can give you, but I mean, it's real. I do this all the time, so I don't need to keep sticking that in your face. But the other side of it is this is just one arsenal, right? So we work with finance buyers, we get paid here. We work with cash buyers, we get paid here. And then we just keep making the deals happen. And at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to, is having multiple streams of getting paid on lead generation. And that's what you want to learn. So I want you to come out to advancedquickcashbootcamp.com. Come out, advancedquickcashbootcamp.com. It's coming up in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's in September. You don't want to miss this thing. I'm telling you, it is going to be a great event for you to come learn. If you just can't get the website down in time, then call my office, 866-592-2429, and press extension 1 and talk to somebody in the office, and they'll get you registered for it. You don't want to miss this. I know that when people come to my events and then they leave, we teach them 6 different ways of wholesaling. I'm just showing you 1 and number 2. I'm just showing you 2 right there. 1 is working with finance buyers. Number 2, let me straighten out my money here. I like my money nice in order. But that's all you need to do, guys. Come have fun, learn what we're doing. Listen, it's fun when you're making money. At the end of the day, that's what you want to do, and that's what I want to do. We all want to do it. I've just been there before you. I've learned a lot of things that you're still trying to figure out, and I'm more than happy to share them with you. So come out, learn how we work with no cash buyers needed, learn about the DOF form, learn about this one strategy out of the 6 I'm going to teach you, and you, my friend, will love every minute of it. I'll see you again. This is Whiteboard Monday. Zach signing off.